Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, host Jan. I hope you are all doing well, mate. I really do hope that, yes, this is all different. And this isn't a Chelsea news video. This isn't a match preview or review. This is me reacting to the Lionel Messi to Chelsea 2014 story. My glasses are steaming up. I've just had a hot shower. This is going to be a different video. Basically, this has come from Marzio and Sky Italia. He's basically like opened up on what happened with this story of how Lionel Messi was on the cusp of joining Chelsea in what is one of the best and most epic untold transfer stories in the history of football, because this is the greatest ever player nearly coming to London, to Chelsea. So I have skimmed through the article, but I want to read through it again and basically give my reaction to this epic story. And I thought I'd do more of a vlog style video to give you guys something a little bit different. Oh yeah, consider subscribing to Football Therapy if you've not yet done so, because I upload every single day regarding Chelsea Football Club, or videos regarding Chelsea Football. Yeah, no, you understand what I'm talking about. Let's get into it. So yeah, this story is on Sky Sports, come from Sky Italia, from Gianluca Di Marzio. How Jose Mourinho persuaded Lionel Messi to join Chelsea from Barcelona in 2014. How he persuaded him. It was done. Messi decided to move to Stamford Bridge after a FaceTime call with Mourinho, writes Di Marzio. Chelsea and Real Madrid were ready to pay the £250 million release clause. Right, Lionel Messi, we know he's had trouble recently with Barca, but back in 2014, he could have gone to Real Madrid, which have just been mental because of Barcelona and Real Madrid and Ronaldo and everything. But to Chelsea, mad to come to the Premier League in his prime, his like mid-20s-ish. Strap yourselves in, boys. Lionel Messi at Stamford Bridge in a blue shirt. Chelsea were on the verge of pulling off the great coup in 2014 when Jose Mourinho charmed the Barcelona superstar to move to the Premier League, reveals Sky in Italy's Gianluca Di Marzio. The 33-year-old has been tempted into a move away from La Liga more than once, most recently in August when his €700 million, euros, release clause priced him out of a move despite an official transfer request. But in 2014, Chelsea were ready to activate that release clause, which amounted to $250 million at the time, and pay the Argentine a net salary of £50 million per season to sign him, something which Di Marzio considers as the biggest unknown tale in the transfer market. Well, off the bat, of course, yes, absolutely the biggest untold tale, because this is absolutely epic. In 2014, of course, a release clause of €250 million was ridiculous, but back then he was already regarded as, yes, you might be a Ronaldo person, but the greatest player of all time, and he would have been like, what, 26 years old, Lionel Messi, winning Ballon d'Ors for fun? Imagine what it would have done for, obviously, Chelsea, but the Premier League, so anyway, let's keep reading. Talks unfolded in the middle of the tax evasion probe opened by the Spanish government against Messi's family in 2013, which by the player's own admission made him consider leaving the country. In his latest book, Grand Hotel Calcio Mercato, a diary of an untold stories of the transfer market, it's from his book, Di Marzio reveals how a box office, quote, face-to-face video call with Jose Mourinho persuaded Messi to make the switch. However, it was the involvement of his father and agent George or Jorge, I never know, and former teammate Deco that made the deal collapse like a, quote, soap bubble that bursts and vanishes in the air, end quote, despite personal terms being agreed. Personal terms were agreed. The deal was agreed. Messi was coming to Chelsea. Ooh, let's keep going. It's also claimed Real Madrid president Florentino Perez tried to secure Messi on the same basis a year before Chelsea, but the Argentine turned down the approach because of his status at Barcelona. Well, you can pretty much understand that, it would probably be easier to go to Chelsea because of the Barcelona-Real Madrid rivalry, so that makes sense. Up the Blues, right? This next part is the exciting part. How Chelsea pulled off the great coup. Strap yourselves in. Now, close your eyes and picture this. Messi to Real Madrid. Boom. The biggest coup of all time. Indeed, Florentino Perez tried to pull it off in 2013, sending a few of his most trusted representatives to make an inquiry for their most feared rival. The plan was expected to be carried out via the payment of his release clause, the €250 million, to be paid in cash to Barcelona. Perez could have used the same fee to restructure the Bernabeu, but instead he allocated it in an attempt to bring Messi to Madrid. However, the initial approach wasn't the best. Actually, far from it. The men sent to inquire about Leo's availability were rebuffed quite impolitely by his camp. Quote, "I'm not coming to Real, you're wasting your time," he said without a "thank you for your interest," or indeed without exploring the financial aspect and the possible monumental wages involved. Florentino, one of the most powerful men in Spain, did not appreciate it. It may have been a coincidence, but a few months later a long tax war broke out against the Argentine's family, and they were eventually forced to fork out 53 million euros. What, is Perez behind the tax war? Okay, so far we know Real Madrid came in for him. Fiorentino Perez wanted him. He wanted Neymar. He wants all the biggest players in football. It does not surprise me one bit that he came in for Messi when you get a little whiff, a sniff, an idea that he might be available, and threw his toys out of the pram when he didn't get him. But did he start a tax war? Let's read on. A tax war against the champion. The same misadventure occurred to Cristiano Ronaldo, who boarded a flight to join Juventus. Even Messi had that sort of tummy ache. What? Tummy ache? And he seriously thought about saying goodbye to Barcelona and to the country that adopted him. But to go where? Well, to Chelsea. For two essential reasons: the charm of London and the respect for Mourinho, Blues boss at the time. It's January 2014, we're right in the middle of a tax fraud probe, with the World Cup in Brazil edging ever closer. Here's the next quote that sounds rather good. "I want to go to Chelsea. Let's hurry up." His temptation is sparked by a rage towards the Spanish tax. A few months later, the feeling is materialized in the form of a phone call with former teammate Deco, now an agent after recently retiring and spending 2 years at Stamford Bridge with Roman Abramovich at the helm. Messi also asks for help to another friend in his camp, someone who personally knows the right people to kickstart the process and pull off the great coup. Deco promises Leo he will meet Abramovich soon, while his friend goes to Mourinho to try and make him fall in love with the staggering prospect. Alright, so at this point we know Lionel Messi wants to switch, he wants to bail on town. No Spain, no tax fraud, no Real Madrid. Man wants Chelsea. He's putting out the feelers to make this work. A lunch date is set up in London at Mourinho's mansion. On one side, there are three intermediaries that talk through the project and its feasibility. On the other side, the Chelsea boss, who still struggles to believe what's going on. Yeah, I can dig that. So, what can you do to make him lose all doubt? A FaceTime call with Mourinho and Messi face to face. Box office stuff. Quote, "Hi Leo, I'm Jose," end quote. It's immediate fireworks. So this is where the story and the narrative gets exciting. Messi wants to move, there's a reason for wanting to bail from his adopted country and Barcelona who gave him everything. And Jose is just such a titanic character in any narrative, so this FaceTime would have been epic. And of course Mourinho had just been at Real Madrid, so speaking Spanish to him. Two footballing legends, one in front of the other, who despite being eternal rivals, have always had a secret fling to get together. Mourinho's living room becomes the theatre of a candlelit aperitif where the two exchange flirtatious looks and goo-goo eyes. Okay, what the hell is this, man? This is like fan fiction all of a sudden. "How are you doing, champ?" the coach breaks the ice. "They just told me about your wish. Well, you don't know how many sleepless nights I've had trying to figure out a way to stop you. I've tried to employ countless strategies. It would work until you would find a winning dribble and score. You're the best. Full stop." So the strategy starts turning into a cunning, astute maneuver worthy of the best Mourinho. This is where it gets epic. "So, what I'll tell you, that you need to stay exactly where you are," he says, sending shockwaves throughout the room and the people around him who were already tasting their slice of the cake of millions of euros in agent fees. On the other side of the call, the look on Messi's face changes drastically. He thinks about a hidden camera and a well-executed prank. He underestimates the special one's trickery, but the latter insist. Jose goes on to say, "Don't leave, they'll build a statue for you there, stay in Barcelona, that is the best possible place for a number one like you." However, here it is, the screamer from the ace from the dugout, a spellbinding counter-attack that changes the complexion of the game, a Mourinho moment. If one morning you wake up, you have your breakfast at the training ground but the coffee doesn't taste the same, the sky suddenly turns grey, you don't like your car anymore, you feel sad on your way home, you're not happy, your family is not happy, well, in that dark and gloomy moment of your life, then yes, you will have to open the gate to happiness again. And behind that gate, you will find me, Jose Mourinho, waiting for you. Checkmate. Messi laughs, he's already crazy about his new suitor. The only thing that's missing is the ring to celebrate the wedding proposal. Okay, obviously I was gonna jump in here. Mourinho, that is just like an ultimate game of psychological chess. We never underestimate Prime Mourinho. Let's read on. The plan now sees a meeting in the Chelsea headquarters with the powerful deal-breaker Marina Granovskaya, alerted by her boss, Abramovich. A 20-meter-long Mercedes chauffeurs the two intermediaries, as one starts looking out of the window to spot nice houses to buy with all the money he's going to earn in agent fees. The car stops in front of Stamford Bridge, and before the two step out, Leo, buzzing for the red roses handed to him by Mourinho, makes himself heard. With Mourinho, for how he's spoken to me, I can win whatever I want. He's a winner. Go ahead and close the deal. Perfect, the plan works. It seems that there's no obstacle in sight. It's 3 p.m, the meeting with Granovskaya begins, and she does not blink as she smells the scent of a deal which could change the course of history. A release clause of 250 million euros? Check. Stellar wages? Check. Image rights? Check. As for the details, Leo's dad, who manages the interests of his 6 times Ballon d'Or winning son, would soon be involved. Here it is, the big potential sticking point. Messi Sr. does not ask too many questions, but back then, he was kept in the dark of Leo's wish and did not know about the plan put in motion by somebody else to prize him away from Barcelona. So, Daddy Messi didn't know. It's now July. Mourinho's preparing the detailed offer while Mourinho is grinning from ear to ear at Cobham. Before he gets the afternoon training underway, Cesc Fabregas, who is just signed for Chelsea from Barcelona, approaches him as if he was celebrating a goal. "Gaffer, Leo wants to come here. It's incredible. We've been friends for as long as I can remember it. It would be unbelievable. Deco called me to tell me, and you, as you're not picking up his calls." And here it is, the other cog at the wheel that can make the deal collapse. Deco seduced and then abandoned in this deal. Deco was seduced and then abandoned in this deal. "Yes, I know everything. I even talked with Messi the other day," Mourinho replies, without thinking about the catastrophic consequences. Fabregas warns Deco of the contacts between the two parties, and the situation spirals out of control as Deco decides to snitch with the message instantly delivered to Leo's father and agent. Right, so where I'm getting from this is Deco was dropped from the deal and he snitched on Messi, Mourinho. Fabregas is involved somewhere, I think, by going straight to Messi's daddy. Is that where it went wrong? It should have never happened. So while Chelsea officially give their intermediaries the green light to the players' request for £50 million per season plus 70% of image rights, disaster strikes. Messi's dad calls up asking for an explanation. "I don't know what you're talking about, I swear." Says the number 10, denying the phone call's desires. Goodbye plans and English projects. Am I okay, boys? Am I getting this right? Is Messi just like wussed out because daddy found out about the deal? Is that what's happening? A soap bubble that hits the floor, bursts and vanishes in thin air without leaving the slightest mark, just like it never happened. It was like a surprising back pass when you're about to tap into an empty net. not very Messi-like. But maybe not that surprising from Leo, knowing the dynamics of a family where the heavy weight of the father is universally recognized. Oh, daddy's boy. Quote, "If he's telling me to, then I'll sign with my eyes closed," Messi said to the Spanish magistrates during that tax probe. Now you could probably add, "I will never be brave enough to do something without involving him." Let alone admit a hidden truth. Abramovich came to terms with it, swallowing a bitter pill, although he's never liked losing. The furious intermediaries that were flirting with the coup were forced to flee and take their eyes off those huge flats in London's richest areas. And Messi stayed exactly where he was, renewing his deal with Barcelona every year, one pay rise after the other. Wow, man. What a story. Pretty epic scenes indeed. It was done. He wanted to come to Chelsea. Chelsea wanted him. Mourinho had seduced him. Fabregas was excited. His best mate was coming to Chelsea. Finances, money wasn't a problem. Literally everyone wanted this to happen. But apparently behind his father's back, surely his dad was going to find out he's playing for Chelsea at some point. Anyway, it's a mad story, man. I wanted to just read through it with you guys and experience it on the channel, essentially. Comment down below your thoughts about this epic tale, man. What do you think? Let me know. I want to hear it, dude. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed me reading you this story. Subscribe if you're new. I'm out, man. Enjoy the football. I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.